Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the next craziest, most entertaining stories where I go with them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, I got your story titled, My wife, a 37-year-old female, had an affair, racked up credit card debt, begged me to work things out, and then left me. And a shout out to AM for sending me this story. And guys, this is about a guy who ultimately makes the right decision and kicks his cheating, a-hole, user, not to mention wacko, wife to the curb after giving her a second chance. Why did he give her a second chance? Because he's like a lot of guys out there and really thought that the girl he always loved was deep down in there and she just messed up. Truth is that she is a nutcase who believes she has psychic powers and is in the paranormal business, and you're going to see what I'm talking about there, and wait till you see where she got that idea. And in the process, racked up all this money, big mess, cheating on him. It's a disaster. And you're going to see, guys, again, why I tell you that you never take back a cheater. Because if somebody cheats on you, lies, manipulates, steals, all that type of thing, and you let them get away with it, they're going to do it again. Because they're going to see the kindness as weakness. And women don't respect weak guys. And they don't respect you, don't love you. So again, this will be a reminder, never take back a cheater or people like that. But in the end, our guy here will do things right. We can all applaud him for that and move on. So definitely lessons in this interesting story. So it starts off, it says here, long story incoming here. I'm not perfect. I'm definitely only telling my side of the story. But I didn't do enough wrong to deserve what I'm going through, so here it is. Dude, in no way, shape, or form did you do any type of wrong that deserved what you get. She's nuts. Right before the pandemic, a therapist told my wife she might have psychic abilities. Okay, that was the beginning of the end. Yeah, I can see that. Slowly over time, she became more and more obsessed with the paranormal and her abilities. It started with a podcast with a couple friends that grew into a few trips to go on investigations. Oh, for goodness sake. Look, I think there's a lot of things out there that we don't understand, and I'm in, that stuff's interesting. I think there's ghosts and aliens and all that, but still. And I think there's things that can't be explained, but come on. And the therapist telling her this? That grew to going to paranormal conferences and writing a love spell for someone with influence in that space. Oh, for goodness sake. And it grew all the way to having an affair with another man in the space, which I only found out about because she wanted me to do couples therapy with her therapist. You mean the same therapist who says she might have psychic abilities? That therapist needs to be... I can't lose her license. And her therapist accidentally shared the original emails where my wife reminded the therapist that I didn't know about her relationship with her affair partner. What happened to doctor-patient confidentiality? So already she's broken something else. Through this time, she lost half of her clients, self-employed, this is his wife, refused to be transparent with finances. Instead, she'd be able to pay for half the bills. And you see where this is going. $80,000 in credit card debt was discovered when she could no longer give money for the bills. His wife racked up 80 grand in credit cards. Oh my God. I know what you're thinking. Now this has become his problem. Well, this is, again, I remind you, gentlemen, that you don't share finances. You don't combine, you don't commingle. You have your bank account where your paycheck or business profits go to. She has her bank account, her paycheck or business profit, and she has her own brokerage accounts in her name and her name only, your name only. You don't have her name on your credit cards, vice versa. Yeah. Still, it could be an issue in divorce, but really, right there, $80,000. You know how much interest she's going to pay? 2 times she pushed me to ask for a divorce. Well, dude, if she's pushing to ask for a divorce, it's over. And she begged and promised she would work on herself, respect my boundaries. Okay, she's not. She's pushing for divorce. Now she's saying she begged and promised she'd work on herself. Yeah. The psychic abilities, more. Do you think the therapist said psychic abilities or psycho abilities? And she promised to do everything she could to earn my trust back. I put the house up for sale earlier this year. We were going to move away and get a fresh start. I struggled with the mortgage on my own, and she could use cash for her debt. Smack! What is wrong with you, dude? She was cheating on you. She's also nuts and racked up all this debt behind your back. You put this all together, this is not someone you can trust and have a future with. Now, obviously, he's Too nice of a man, too good of a man for his own good, but seriously. I took a trip to our new city to drive around, check out different areas, and tour a few apartments. I finally started to trust her again. It was just becoming effortless to tell her I loved her again. I spent so much time and effort working through my feelings and betrayal to build that trust and love. It's never going to be the same again, dude, and she is a mental case. I got home and she was 30 minutes late to pick me up from the airport, and I got frustrated with her. So I gave her a little shit about how I always am sitting on the cell phone a lot to make sure she waits as little as possible when I pick her up. But I guess I have more experience and she travels significantly more than me, even when we couldn't afford it. She just doesn't care. She's very self-involved. I think she is more, I go into this more bipolar and a narcissist, all these wonderful things. The next day she flew home to see her family for Thanksgiving. So you weren't together on Thanksgiving? I told her I'd be happy for her to go if her family could get the ticket for her, and I'd stay home to save money. Her family extended the trip an extra week, so I was going to be alone for both Thanksgiving and my birthday. Well, honestly, being away from her is a good thing. That sucked, but she has an older grandparent, and I also love, so I wanted her to see him. The day before Thanksgiving, I asked if she had any contact with the guy she cheated on me with. She said she started the conversation of going no contact, and in the same text she said she had doubts about moving with me since I wouldn't let her travel more than a couple times a year, and I would make her get a job if she couldn't show anymore that her business is profitable. So the same girl that they were pushing for divorce, then pushing to stay together, and now she's saying I can't be with you anymore because you're going to control me after she was a cheater. Round and round we go. I lost my shit for 10 minutes on her. Hey, nobody can blame you. I didn't understand why the conversation had to be started instead of ripping off the Band-Aid. I didn't understand how she could have concerns about travel and her job, like having accrued 80 grand in credit card debt. It hurt the most. Her doubts were tied directly to her affair partner, so I can only assume she discusses with him. The fact that she wants to talk to this guy, or is talking to this guy, she obviously is talking to this guy and doing way more with her mouth than just talking to this guy. Bro, it's over. You went the higher road, if you will, to give her a second chance, so you can say you gave her a second chance. Look what happened. Once a cheater, always a cheater. The next day she told me she's not moving with me because I yelled at her and gave her shit about being late for the airport. That's just an excuse. She wants a separation, not a divorce. And I told her it's 100% a divorce if the affair partner is still in the picture, and very likely still one even if he's not. So she wants to do the separation to get the upper hand, and probably also milk things from your marriage. She started telling me she'd move in with her friend. I knew what was going to happen. She did on my birthday. On your birthday, dude? She told me she's moving in with him. The next day she landed and went straight to his house. Is this friend the affair partner? Or just some other dude she's probably hooking up with? I'd become so numb to this shit before I really worked on loving her again. I wasn't perfect, but my anger and frustration moments were never violent, and a direct response to things she did to me above, so I'd be pissed and lash out at her for being betrayed. Even before things went way wrong, we had issues, but it was 10 years of marriage kind of shit. Bro, all relationships, all marriages have ups and downs. Every guy watching this that's married or been married knows this. But there's degrees to these things, okay? Your ups and downs. She's psycho. She doesn't love you. She's a cheater. She's a liar. She's a cheater. I said that already. Racking up all that debt, spending all that money, amongst many other things. Her psychic abilities. Why can't her psychic abilities kind of help her marriage out a little bit? Being stressed at work due to layoffs and having my job completely changed, and shutting down after long days after work, gaining some weight during the pandemic, feeling distant and alone because she would be away from home with her friends, or a paranormal community more nights than she was here, wanting a better life and not understanding why we weren't further ahead. Not to mention, I live in chronic pain due to a nervous system issue. Well, she knew a lot of this stuff going into your marriage. And yeah, you weren't perfect, but you see, your flaws were physical or things dealing with your job, while her flaws are all her personality and her character, which she has no character, no integrity. The worst part is she's taking one of our dogs with her. You're not taking the pet or any of the pets or even splitting up the pets. Do not allow that to happen, dude. Which is obviously just fair for us, as each of us to have one. But I'm afraid she's not going to be able to care or afford for the dog. But I also forget her affair partner lives off his family money, so she probably is getting everything taken care of for her now. I would have put it past her to have that guy would want her to give the dog and take the dog to the animal shelter, or worse, just let it go on the side of the road. You've sadly seen some videos of that stuff floating around YouTube. No, take that dog. Dude, have her come and arrest you. Take the dog. Do not let her have that dog. But the good news is, under all the current pain, is a lot of excitement for my next chapter in life. Thank you. You finally accepted that it's over. She's nuts, Miss Psychic Abilities here. I'll have a nice savings account. I'm moving close to home, so I already have friends. I already have a list of food I'm going to work through. I won't be wasting time and energy waiting for her to come home. I'm down to my college weight. I'm getting my condition checked out by some of the best doctors in the country soon. She really was just holding me back. Wonderful. When this guy's done, he's done. He's already exercising, losing weight, getting back to his college weight in the right direction. Just make sure you get both dogs. It would have been much easier if she just saw what I saw when I asked for the divorce earlier. But I didn't regret giving more chances, trying to be more forgiving, or the work I put into loving her again. Yeah, maybe he's religious and, he's took the forgiveness thing way too far. He can forgive her. Doesn't mean he's got to be with her. The woman I love is in there somewhere, and I will sleep well knowing I did everything I could. Smack! Dude, no, she's not in there. You fell in love with who you thought she was. Her true colors came out after you got married. Don't delude yourself, dude. On to bigger and better things. Hope anyone else who's going through a hard time now knows they aren't alone and won't be forever. Be resilient, endure, and put active effort into your goals. So this ended on a high now. He made mistakes. He kept taking her back when he shouldn't have, as a lot of these type of guys do. But learns the hard way. She's not going to change. But guys, when somebody shows you who they are, really accept that. But the problem is a lot of people, a lot of guys really get so focused on the presentation the girl put early on and thinks that's who she was and who you fell in love with. You fell in love with not who she really is. This demon that you've been dealing with now, that's who she is, and she ain't lovable. That whole crap about, I know the person I love is in there somewhere. No, she's not. So anyhow, guys, there you go. But anyhow, and yes, the crazy part of the psychic abilities. Now I'm going to read some comments here before I wrap this up. One guy says here, everybody's on here trying to nitpick what she went through. What about what you went through? How you felt and how she's made you basically feel like a piece of crap. If you need anybody to talk to, please DM me. Because these damn fools on Reddit are just a bunch of fucking trolls and sharks. Why pick apart anything? This man obviously needs to move on far from this bitch. That's from a woman who said that. A lot of people were giving her a hard time and defending her. It just never ceases to amaze me. Another guy says, I think she doesn't want a divorce because she doesn't want to be responsible for half of the debt. Ding, 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 there you go. Don't let her off the hook on anything. She surely won't grant you the courtesy. Sorry you're going through this. It sounds like you have a good plan, though. Yeah, I'm just happy he's moving on and finally woke up and smelled the coffee here and he's getting his life together. But just don't fall for her crap if she comes begging for a second chance. She wants help paying off that credit card debt. But probably they'll get divorced and she'll declare bankruptcy if she can. Another one says here, I don't know if you're a better man than I am or not, but I would have divorced her the first time. There's an idea. But look at the bright side now. She's about to be out of the picture of your life, going to be so much better. You just don't know that yet. Not having to deal with the stress of wondering if she's out cheating on you, again, is a major plus on its own. I agree. But this guy also needs to work on himself and figure out where he went wrong and why he allowed someone like this in his life. Otherwise, he'll end up with somebody like this down the road, guaranteed. Another one says here, I'm sorry this happened, but I disagree with your premise of giving her more chances being positive. I just wasted more of your time, money, and mental peace. Now he quotes him saying, the woman I love is somewhere in there. Once you cheated, the woman you loved was gone. You're just fooling yourself there. I'm not saying it can never work out, but when a woman cheats on a man, it's often more personal and emotional than when a man cheats. She lost respect for you, and that doesn't usually come back. Well, she's an a-hole, but this guy... Guys, you take back someone who's a cheater and you actually let them dictate terms. Guess what? As if they didn't have no respect for you before, it's even less than that. Okay? Women don't respect weakness. And if they don't respect you, they're never going to love you. Period. The only reason they fight for the divorce is that they don't want to move out of their comfort zone. In your case, it was financial comfort. In the end, she was always going to choose the affair partner, and you just delayed things by trying. You were the only one trying. Also, props to the therapist for accidentally showing you the emails about the affair. But I'm glad things worked out for you and feel positive about it. So, there you go. People aren't letting him off the hook about not divorcing her the first time, but he had to learn. I'm just concerned he makes the same mistake down the road. But I do hope, because he's obviously a relationship guy, he learned some things and he can be with a gal that actually, shows him real love and something he deserves. Because all guys, good guys, deserve something good in their life. But they got to make their own happiness, because guys out there think they're going to make their woman's going to bring them the joy and happiness in their life. If they make her the sole reason for their joy and happiness in life, they're going to be gravely disappointed, because those type of guys usually are kiss asses. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.